Hello, right here. This is chapter 9 of the Steins Gate visual novel. Previously, we've unsent Ferusu's, Lukoko's, and Suzuha's, which was really Okabe's, emails, which means that the last email to undo is Moeka's. Please get comfy, grab a can of Dr. Pepper, and let's begin. The warmth of Lukoko's hand slips away as the vertigo hits me. I'm still at the shrine, but I no longer feel Lukako clinging to my back. I turn around slowly. Lukako is standing a short distance away, as if to see me off. No tears, just a bewildered smile. My chest feels like it's about to burst. I hold it back.
なあ、ルカ子。
はい。
お前は。
I hesitate for a moment, but I have to know.
男だよな。
はい、そうですけど。
She is gone. He has returned. Cuter than any girl. Looks good in Miko robes. But he's a guy. And that's okay. I bite my lip.
お前は俺のこと好きか？
You can't just ask Lukako that.
いきなり何を？
好きか？
尊敬してます。
He respects me. I don't deserve his respect. But that's not what matters now. Lukako's answer seemed clear, but wasn't. He didn't answer the question.
男に戻ったら、岡部さんへのこの気持ち、封印しなくちゃいけないから。
Lukako might still like me, even though he's a guy again. However, he'll never speak honestly about those feelings. This is what Lukako decided for himself. It'd be wrong to pry any further. Maybe I'm just running away. Maybe I should pry, force him to confront his feelings. No, don't do that. But I'm not strong enough to accept the consequences. I'll just end up hurting Lukako.
ありがとう。お前にはこれからもずっと俺の弟子でいてほしい。それでいいか？
はい、もちろんです。
I look away, unable to bear his shy smile. The world line has changed. Lukako is a guy again. Which means the IBN 5100 should be here at the shrine. On the previous world line, girl Lukako broke the IBN 5100 while cleaning the storehouse. But guy Lukako didn't clean the storehouse. He never broke the IBN 5100. It's 6:46 p.m. Judging by past experience, it is very likely that I've averted Maidi's death for today. But just in case, I should go back to the lab within the hour.
ルカ子、お前は去年この神社の倉庫で古いパソコンを壊した覚えがあるか？
古いパソコンですか？そんなものうちにはなかった気がしますけど。僕パソコンはよくわからなくて、ろくに触ったこともないんです。
When Lukako was a girl, she trembled when I asked her the same question. And she forced a smile as if to avoid admitting that she broke the computer. But he's not trembling now. Lukako honestly doesn't know.
父上に会わせてくれ。
I asked Lukako to fetch his father for me, so I can ask him whether or not the IBN 5100 was in the storehouse.
古いパソコン？確かにそんな記憶がありますね。 見てきましょう。ちょっと待っていてください。
He heads into the storeroom out back, just like on the previous world line. But on the previous world line, the IBN 5100 was no longer in the storehouse, since girl Lukako had secretly moved it. How will it turn out this time? Luca's dad returns after about 10 minutes. His expression is grave. That's all the answer I need. Nothing has changed.
見つかりません。なくなっています。
I quickly glance at Lukako's face. Blank. He doesn't seem to know anything. Lukako is innocent. I'm sure of it.
倉庫の鍵が壊されていました。何者かが持ち去ったかもしれません。
持ち去った？
It didn't disappear. A thief took it.
重いものを引きずったような跡がありました。年末に大掃除をした時にはあんな跡はありませんでしたし、鍵も1ヶ月ほど前にたまたま確認した時は壊されていませんでした。まさか泥棒に入られるとは。
じゃあ警察に届けないと。
While they discuss what to do, I sigh and consider the situation.
倉庫にないと意味がないんだ。
The IBN 5100 is still out of reach. There are 2 D-mails left to cancel. Something tells me that if I cancel just one more, I can get back to the IBN 5100. But which one?
岡部さん、なんだかよくわからないですけど、気を落とさないでください。そんなことどうでもいいの精神ですよ。
I chuckle. Lukako is so adorable when he's trying to cheer me up. But he's a guy, and that's okay.
その言葉、使い方が間違っているぞ。
I wave goodbye and leave the shrine. Two D-mails remain. First, the one I sent to myself with the winning lotto 6 numbers. That one should be easy to cancel. The problem is the other one, the one sent by someone I wish I could forget. You do, Moeka. I know the gist of her D-mail since she sent it as part of our early experiments. When Moeka asked to send a D-mail, I agreed under 2 conditions. First, make the content simple enough that the D-mail's effects would be obvious. Second, make the contents public to all lab mems. Moeka ended up sending a D-mail to prevent herself from buying a new phone a few days prior. The D-mail was sent to July 31st, an easy date to remember. The question is how it relates to the theft of the IBN 5100. It must be the butterfly effect, as it was with Lukako's D-mail. This time, however, I will not hesitate to do what is necessary. Kidu Moeka does not deserve my sympathy. That woman and her men have killed Mighty more times than I can bear to remember. I will show her no mercy. There's just one problem. The cancellation D-mail needs to be sent from Moeka's own phone. I don't think a message from me telling her not to change phones would sway Moeka's intentions in the slightest. I need her phone, but I don't know where to find her. What do I do? I return to the lab and set things up so I can time leap at a moment's notice. Fortunately, that isn't necessary.
お腹いっぱい。マユシーは今日はほとんど何も食べてなかったからずっとペコペコだったんだよ。
明日もあるの？
明日だけじゃなくて明後日もあるの。
Mighty just got back from Koimon 30 minutes ago. She and Kurisu, who stayed behind at the lab, have just finished eating cup noodles. It's already past 8, and so far, nothing has happened. Mighty is still alive. Going by the pattern, her death has probably been postponed till about this time tomorrow. Is this the will of some higher being? God, fate, the universe itself? Or is it merely coincidence? That doesn't matter now.
さてさて、マユシーは明日早いからもう帰るね。
Mighty takes a big stretch and starts getting ready to go home. She's been up since 5 this morning. Looks like she plans to wake up early tomorrow too. That reminds me, I haven't seen Daru at all. He's fighting in the Komima Holy War too, so that doesn't surprise me. Busy checking his spoils, I guess.
ねえねえ、クリスちゃんやオカリンはコミマ行かないの？
俺はパスだが助手が行きたいそうだ。
はあ？
Kurisu jumps up at my answer.
ちょっと岡部、何勝手に捏造してんのよ。
さっきまで興味津々な様子でマユリのコスプレ話を聞いていたではないか。
そうだけど、誰も行くとは言ってない。
行こうよ、クリスちゃん。
I know that Kurisu is an at channeler, but is she an otaku? Not all at channelers are otaku, but she has often hinted at an interest in cosplay.
お断りよ。人が多すぎて息が詰まりそう。
今日と比べるとね、2日目はそんなに多くないよ。午後から来れば快適そのものなんだから。人気のある
岡部がついてきなさいよ。あんた、まゆりの保護者でしょ？
違うよ。マユシーはね、オカリンの人質。
ああ、はいはい。そうだったな。人質に逃げられちゃまずいでしょ。手錠でもかけて同行すれば？
俺にはこの秋葉でやらなければならないことがある。
何よ、やらなきゃならないことって。
The search for Kiryu Moeka. I already sent her an email, we need to talk, and now I'm awaiting her reply. Something tells me it's not gonna work.
無言ってことは単に行きたくないだけか。
クリスティーナ、話がある。
また？相変わらず唐突ね。
またとはどういう意味だ？
別に。
話って何？最近オカリンとクリスちゃん仲良しさんだよね。いつも2人で話し込んでるもん。マユシーも秘密の会議に参加したい気持ちでいっぱいです。
タイムリープマシンについての協議をしているだけだ。おそらくマユリが参加してもちんぷんかんぷんだと思うぞ。
Not entirely accurate, but not a lie either.
そしてこれからクリスティーナに話そうとしているのはいかにしてこいつをコミマへ行かせるかという内容だ。マユリよ、期待して待っていろ。ふーはははは。
わかった。ありがとね、オカリン。
Mighty waits in the lab as I take Kurisu outside.
というわけでクリスティーナ、
コミマに行くつもりはないから。
お前さっきまたと言ったな。
Hmm.
ここでこうして1対1での相談を何度もしているということで間違いないか？
ついに記憶に錯乱が見られるようになったか。狂気のマッドサイエンティストさんはアセチルコリンが減少してるんじゃない？
真面目に答えろ。
あんたなんか変よ。
頼む、答えてくれ。
答えるも何も岡部がさっき言った通りよ。もう 4,5 回くらいこうして外に出て2人でタイムリープマシンをどうするかについて話してる。
俺がタイムリープしていることについては。
For an instant, Kurisu opens her eyes wide in surprise. But then she gives me an angry glare.
してるの？
I nod.
かれこれ10回以上だ。
そんなに？何勝手な真似してんのよ。
Looks like she doesn't know anything about Lukako or my shifting between world lines. But that's only natural. So far, I've changed world lines a total of 3 times, let's call the first world line where Mayuri died Alpha 1. The world line where Feidisu and I fought the viral attackers is Alpha 2. The world line where I dated girl Lukako is Alpha 3. And now I'm on Alpha 4. From my perspective, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, and Alpha 3 were undone by my D-mails. But for Kurisu and everyone else on Alpha 4, those world lines were nothing but separate, intangible possibilities to begin with. I guess I have to explain everything again. Then why does she remember sitting on the bench with him? I sigh heavily, then begin.
おおむね把握した。
After I'm done, Kurisu sighs and lightly pats my arm.
あんまり無茶しないで。
常習に励まされるとは屈辱だな。
なんで屈辱なのよ。せっかく優しくしてやったのに。ほんといちいち偉そうだな、あんた。
同情などいらない。すべては俺の軽率な行動が起こしたことだ。自業自得なんだ。って常習にこの話をするのはかれこれ4回目か5回目くらいだが、毎回こうやって自虐的になるな。
岡部、
俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしてくれ。おそらくマユリは明日死ぬ。どんな死に方かはわからない。
If Mayuri stays away from the lab, she can probably avoid running into Moeka and her men. It doesn't matter though, she'll die all the same. All Alpha world lines converge on her death. Escaping the attractor field is the only way to save her.
お前には悪いと思うが、明日マユリの死を見届けてほしい。
だから小見間に行けって言ったのか。
死は回避できない。抵抗は無駄だ。お前は見届けて俺に連絡するだけでいい。
That's a big ask.
お前からの連絡が来たらタイムリープする。
マユリが死ぬのが分かっていながら何もできないなんて。
How come he's not staying with Mayuri and having Kurisu at the lab?
全然実感が湧かないけど事実なんでしょうね。あんたの目を見ればわかる。大丈夫？
Oh, Kurisu.
大丈夫じゃない。マユリを助けるためにはまだ。
マユリのこともそうだけど。
Kurisu interrupts me.
私が聞いたのはあんたのこと。
俺がどうしたって？
あんまり気負いすぎないで。
It's rare for her to look so concerned for me.
言っただろ。俺の心配よりマユリの心配をしろと。俺は明日桐生萌香を探す。
If Mayuri doesn't die tomorrow, I can postpone the time leap. If Mayuri does die tomorrow, I'll return to the past no matter what.
できればマユリに痛い思いをさせたくないがな。
だったら今からタイムリープしちゃえばいい。
この世界線においていつがデッドラインなのか、それを見極めておかないと計画をうまく立てられないだろう。
こんなこと言うとなんだけど、私はマユリが死ぬところなんて見たくない。
I don't blame her.
気持ちはわかるが頼めるのはお前しかいない。
ずいぶん信用されてるのね。
何しろお前は俺の助手だからな。
Kurisu forces a laugh at my feeble attempt at a joke.
偉そうに。
We have our plan. Kurisu will go to her first komima. Mayuri will be so delighted when I tell her the news. I haven't seen Mighty all day. I want to be with her, of course, but that's not possible. Moeka hasn't replied, which means I have to find her myself. What's this mail? Oh. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about her. My only clue is Arc Rewrite, the company Moeka supposedly worked at. I find it after a quick search online. Sure enough, their business is producing articles for PC magazines. Luckily, their office is in Akiba. I try calling first, but it goes to voicemail. I guess they're still closed for the Obon holiday. Or maybe it's just a bad time. Looks like I've got no choice but to visit them in person. It's the second day of Komiwa and Akiba is deserted. Most of the otaku are lined up at Big Sight right now. I've experienced the craze of Komiwa several times firsthand. It's literal war. It scares me whenever Mighty goes alone. I can't help but imagine her trampled by a horde of crazed otaku. But in reality, Mighty's surprisingly quick and tough. I've seen her wave through crowds like you wouldn't believe. Kudis is the one more likely to get trampled. I can't help but feel sorry for her. Maybe it was wrong to ask her to go. I find the Arc Rewrite office in a fancy-looking building on the outskirts of Akiba. I take the elevator up, but there's nobody there. I lean against the wall and wait. After about 30 minutes, a man dressed in a shirt and tie appears. I explain that I'm a relative of Kiryu Moeka and ask for her contact info. But he gives an unexpected answer.
そんな名前のバイトはうちにはいないな。
いない？
Damn, I've been tricked. I should have known better. Moeka is working for CERN. Of course her place of employment is fake. Is this the end of the line? Just as I'm about to turn and leave, the man pounds his hand as if he remembered something.
いや待った。確か2日だけ来て音信不通になったバイトの女がいたな。そいつが桐生って名前だったような。まだ履歴書残ってたかな。
I frantically bow my head and ask him to look for it. He's reluctant, but acquiesces. The address listed on the resume leads me to a beat-up old apartment. I will just say, it's handy here, but I would be terrified if I gave my resume to someplace and then they just gave it to a random person that said that they knew me. A little scary. Not the sort of place you'd expect a single young woman to live. I'm getting a little scared. I feel a strange unease as I approach the apartment. For some reason, there's a police car parked in front of the complex. A uniformed officer is standing out front. And one room on the second floor, room 202, Moeka's, has a blue sheet covering the door. What's going on here? I walk up to the police officer.
すいません。あそこの部屋の人は引っ越したんですか？
あ？違うよ。
じゃあ、
君、関係者？
知り合いです。
何も聞いてないの？
The police officer looks uncomfortable. The bad feeling in my gut is getting worse.
何が起きたんですか？
自殺だよ。
What? Suicide? But why?
それはいつ？
昨日だ。
そんな。
ご遺体は近くの千代田第三病院に運ばれてるはずだから。身寄りが誰もいないみたいでね、困ってたんだ。会いに行ってやってくれないかな。
I bow my thanks and leave. She's dead? Moeka's dead? What's going on? It doesn't make sense. Suicide? Moeka, who killed Mairi in cold blood, committed suicide? Or is this part of the conspiracy? Could her own men have killed her, then made it look like a suicide? It's possible. Today is the 16th. On Worldline Alpha 1, Moeka raided the lab on the 13th. 3 days have passed since then. Each time I change world lines, Mighty's death gets pushed back 1 day. So does Moeka's raid. It hasn't happened yet on this world line. So, why did she die? I don't get it. This is the first time this has happened. How should I deal with this? What should I do? I squat on the ground and cradle my head in confusion. If Moeka is dead, maybe Mighty doesn't have to die. But remember, Nai's accident caused Mighty to die anyways. No, I don't think convergence is that kind. Fate demands Mighty's death. Whenever I try to stop it, something interferes. True, I'm the only one who meddled with this timeline, but haven't I paid the price already? How did all this happen? A few weeks ago, I was just a college student with a severe case of chunibyo. Save for Mighty's grandmother, I had never experienced the death of anyone close to me. Death had no place in my life. But how many times have I faced death these past 3 days? More when you count the loops I've made. My heart can't take it anymore. I don't know how much longer I can go on. One more. Just one more D-mail to cancel. If I can just get my hands on Moeka's phone.
タイムリープだ。
Moeka died yesterday around noon. I can go back to before that happened. The reason she died isn't important. Whether Mighty's murderer kills herself is of no concern to me. I just need to cancel that D-mail. What if we get our hands on her phone now? Upon returning to the lab, I casually look up at the second floor window. And what I see shocks me to my core.
放電現象
Someone is using the time leap machine. Who? Kurisu? Mairi and Dadu should be at Komima. Nodding Kurisu should be here. I asked her to escort Mighty yesterday. Besides, she's against changing the past. So who? The building shakes. The vibration reaches the street. I can't let this happen. The timeline mustn't be tampered with again. I need to stop it now. I race up the stairs to the lab. By the time I get there, the shaking has stopped. I quietly peek into the development room. Nobody's there. The door was unlocked. Anyone could have walked right in. They need to lock up. This is like a huge problem every time. How could we be so careless? The time leap machine is still faintly warm. So somebody did use it. Who? Did they time leap? This is the first time someone else has used the time leap machine. Just to make sure, I checked the X68000. As expected, the history's been erased. The same thing happens when we send a D-mail. There's nothing I can do about this. It worries me, but I have to focus on Moeka. I set up the time leap machine. The maximum leap is 48 hours. So leap more than that. You have to leap 48 hours, then leap again. The 42-inch CRT is on downstairs. But I mean, even if the other person time leaped, it didn't trigger reading Steiner, right? That's plain as day since the discharge phenomenon just occurred. I put on the headgear. Preparations complete. But that's really freaky. Should I really leap now? Don't be ridiculous. Of course I should. Just a little more and I can save my ID once and for all. I know what will happen if I don't leap now. My ID will die and I will taste the pain and despair once again. But it looks like to get the true end I have to ignore. And then again, I will leap. It's the same either way. I close my phone. There's no need to rush. Calm down. I can endure the pain if need be. I should exploit my one advantage, the time leap machine, to the fullest extent. That means knowing exactly when my ID will die. The pattern suggests that my ID's death should have happened around 7 or 8 tonight. But things are a little different this time. Moeka killed herself before my ID was scheduled to die. And I feel so bad making Karisa have to see this. It looks like for the true end I have to. How much influence will that have on Convergence? There's a chance my ID won't die. We might have already won. In that case, I shouldn't waste my effort time leaping. I have no obligation to save Moeka. I'll wait until Kadisu contacts me. It's 12:30 now. There are still about 7 hours left. I hear nothing but the slow, steady tick of the clock. The sound is echoing inside my head. Even if I plug my ears, it doesn't stop. I spend several hours searching for the IBM 5100, but as suspected, I found nothing. I still can't imagine how Moeka's email affected the computer's whereabouts. What does her phone model have to do with anything? Does keeping the same phone somehow tell her that there's an IBM 5100 at Yanabayashi Shrine? That doesn't make sense. Even the butterfly effect must have limits. On the other hand, truth is often stranger than fiction. Sometimes the simplest things have consequences that no one could ever imagine. So I can't rule it out entirely either.
結局何もわからないということか。
I twist my lips into a sneer of self-mockery. It's 7:46 p.m., the moment of truth. If Maidi is fated to die today, I should be hearing from Kurisu soon. I hope nothing happens. All that I ask is to hear Maidi's voice, to know, once and for all, that she is safe.
もしもし。
Kurisu is sobbing. So I know, even without asking, she saw Maidi die. Kurisu.
すまなかった。辛い役目を押し付けて。
With that, I hang up the phone. Maybe it's because I didn't see it happen, or maybe my heart is simply grown numb. But this time, I don't feel much pain. I hate myself for it. I pound my fist against the table. As expected, the deadline is around 8 p.m. on the 16th. Unless I change the world line before the time limit, Mighty will die. I put on the headgear and activate the time leap machine. I must attain Moeka's phone, no matter what it takes. I make several consecutive leaps to travel back to the 11th. I don't know why we had Kurisa have to go through that. But... okay, guide, we'll see. But when I arrive, it's just past 8 p.m.
出かけてくれ。
I leave the lab without waiting for the others to respond. Oh, this is scary. I don't like this. I head to Moeka's ratty apartment. There's no sign of the police this time. Moeka's suicide won't happen for another 4 days. I run up the iron stairs and stand in front of the door to Unit 202. The lights aren't on inside. I start getting anxious. Maybe she's not here. There's no intercom, so I reluctantly knock on the door. No reply. I try again with the same result. Damn, might as well try the doorknob. No one locks their doors in this game. Everyone needs to lock their doors. It's unlocked. I take a deep breath. This could be a trap. Remember, we're not dealing with an ordinary person. Moeka is a rounder, an agent of CERN. If I die here, what will happen to Mayuri? Will Kurisu or Dada use the time leap machine to save her? You should probably tell them what you're doing so someone could prevent you from going to the apartment. I need to be careful. But at the same time, I can't save Mayuri by doing nothing. So I steel myself, open the door, and peek inside. The apartment is dark, too dark to see. But I feel someone's presence. This is scary. I step inside. The apartment is practically empty. Minimal furnishings. Only the barest necessities of life. But there, by the window, is a figure in the moonlight. A woman is sitting on the floor, her head bowed. There's no one else here. I approach the woman and stare down at her, gritting my teeth in desperate effort to maintain control. Ever since the first time she killed Mayuri, I've tried my best to avoid thinking about this woman. But now, I have no choice. I can't accomplish my goal until I have the answers I need from her. I must obtain the IBN 5100 to escape the Alpha Attractor field and rescue Mayuri.
桐生萌か。
I had another name for her once. It hurts to remember. I force it to the back of my mind.
起きているか。
Moeka's fingers twitch. She sluggishly lifts her head. She doesn't look up. She stares at my feet instead.
誰？
She finally speaks in a frail voice. Moeka has always had trouble speaking, but it seems especially severe today. I notice her hair and clothes are disheveled. She looks awful. I suppose it's no surprise given that she kills herself in 4 days.
FB なの。
FB?
I've heard that name before. If I'm not mistaken, that's her superior's code name.
なんで連絡くれないの？私言われた通りにやったのに。ねえ、FB。
The phone in Moeka's hands glows faintly. I mean, to be fair, she hasn't done anything wrong on this timeline yet, right? I think. She's still clinging to it, I see.
私の何がいけなかった。直すよ。直すから。見捨てないで。FB のためなら何でもする。返事をしてよ。答えてよ。私に指示を出して、私はそれに従う。命令して。命令。
What is... Girl, you can't just have someone order you around. You gotta be your own person. Oh. I'm at a loss for words. I wasn't expecting to find her in such a miserable state. She was so cold, so calm when she killed Mairi. She was shaking too. But it's like she's a different person now. Is this another effect of the worldline change? But it's only been a week since she sent her D-mail. How could she have changed so much? I get on my knees and shake Moeka by the shoulders.
おい、聞こえるか？おい！
FB 連絡をちょうだいよ。
I mean... I guess it sounds bad, but... we could say we're FB and we need to undo the D-mail.
桐生萌香！おい！俺だ！岡部だ！
No response. Moeka just keeps crying and mumbling to herself. Maybe we need to text her. I shake harder, but she doesn't react. She doesn't even resist. Looking down, I notice that she's typing rapidly on her phone. Bewildered, I look at the screen. Girl.
お前...
What happened to Moeka? All those FBs on the phone. From what I understand, it sounds like she's lost contact with her supervisor, FB. But I don't understand how that could turn Moeka into such a wreck. It doesn't matter. I don't care what happens to her. I'm here for one thing. Recalling my purpose, I reach for Moeka's phone. A sharp crack echoes through the room. Moeka slapped my hand away. It didn't hurt, but her reaction was lightning quick. Now Moeka curls up into a ball, hugging the phone tightly to her chest. It was like this from the moment I met her. She never let go of her phone, not even for a second, as if it were the only thing keeping her alive.
メールが来ないの。
FB とかいうやつからか。
メールが来ない。
It's hard seeing Moeka like this. I make several more attempts to take her phone while she babbles incoherently, but she just slaps my hand away each time. Next, I try persuasion. I promise to help her search for FB if she lends me her phone. It's a lie, of course. Though, come to think of it, I would like a piece of FB too. But that can wait until after I saved Mairi. But Moeka doesn't buy it. If that is, she heard me at all. Damn it, we're not getting anywhere. Maybe I should try to take it from her by force. Couldn't we say, like, we're FB and her last mission is to go get a new phone? And that FB will no longer be her superior and she has to live a good life away from Rounders? But what if she tries to kill me before I can send the D-mail? In her current state, she might not have the strength to retaliate. On the other hand, if she does retaliate, there's not much I can do against someone with a gun. What should I do? Her gun? Where would she keep it? I quickly scan the room, but there's no sight of it. Crap, that startled me. Gosh, Kurisu?
もしもし。
I stand up and move to the entrance where I can take the call without letting Moeka out of my sight.
今どこよ？
悪いが取り込み中だ。
女なの？
Technically, yes, but not that way. Not on a date.
お前の発想は実にスイーツかっこ笑いだな。
うるさいな。電話レンジの改良手伝うって約束したでしょ。よくそれでラボメンナンバー001を名乗れるな。
誰に頼んでくれ。今日はそれどころじゃない。
一体何してんのよ。そこどこ？
桐生萌香のアパートにいる。
やっぱり女か。最低だな。
Has she not met Moeka on this world line? I quickly give Kurisu a simplified version of the usual explanation. Kurisu listens attentively, as she always does. Maybe she's more considerate than I give her credit for. As soon as I finish, Kurisu gives it to me straight.
強引に奪うしかないわね。
過激だな。ハリウッド映画の見過ぎか。
相手はセルンの関係者よ。遠慮してたらこっちがやられるかもしれない。迷ってる場合じゃないでしょ。それでマユリを救えるんだから。あんたはひょろひょろで頼りなさそうだけど、さすがに今なら相対的に考えて勝てるはず。
I mean, oh, I don't want to hurt her. Gee, thanks. At least she's not beating around the bush. Suddenly, she lowers her voice.
こんなこと言うと人格疑われそうだけど。いや、あんたに人格疑われたってどうでもいいけど、殺してでも奪い取るべきよ。
今、お前の人格を疑った。
Kurisu.
だが、偽善ぶらないところは好きだぞ、クリスティーナ。
好きってちょっと。
What's the matter with her now?
事実を言ったまでだ。俺なんかよりもよっぽど潔い。
どうも。
で、意図を聞かせてくれ。殺すこともやむなしと考える理由がお前の中にある。そうだろ。だからそういう結論に達したはずだ。
Because that is an extreme thing to say, Kurisu.
よかった。それなりに冷静ね。あんたの話が本当か嘘かは定義できない。アトラクタフィールド理論っていう式を私はまだ完全には理解してないし。それでもあんたの説明をもとに考えると、桐生って人が4日後に自殺するなら彼女には死亡フラグが立っているっていう推論が成り立つ。世界が彼女の死を承認したっていうところね。因果が収束するなら、これまでの世界線では仮にあんたが彼女を殺そうとしても何らかの邪魔が入ってできなかったはず。あるいは殺した瞬間に世界線が大きく変わっていた。でもこの世界線でだけ考えるなら、彼女は近いうちに死ぬ。
And I don't think we should resort to violence. Like, if fate's gonna take her out, just leave it alone. Let's not jump to crime.
あんたはこれまでに何度もマユリの死を見てきたからわかるはず。重要なのは死んだという結果だけであって、過程はどうでもいいらしいってことをね。それと同じで、桐生って人の死に方は問わないと思う。
I don't know. I think it still matters. But Okabe. bad Okabe. We're not gonna do that.
死が決まっているから殺しても構わないか。まるで殺人犯ばりの論旨展開だな。
Bad Kurisu, don't say things like that.
偽善ぶるな。私は今人としての倫理を捨てて話してんのよ。岡部も付き合いなさい。
Can't we just... I don't know. I think there's other methods. I think we could say we're FB, convince her to give us the phone. As she goes gets a new phone. She's unforgiving as always, but it actually feels nice to speak frankly like this. Is that a good thing though?
だが法律はどうする？世界がそれを許しても社会は許さない。
タイムリープマシンがある限り、相手を殺しても時間を遡れば全てなかったことにできる。
Bad Kurisu, no.
岡部は誰も殺さずに必要な情報だけを入手したっていう結果だけが残るわけ。
No.
把握した。
I don't know. That blood's still on your hands. You remember doing it. Just let's not do that. Murder is bad. Don't murder people.
ただ、これだけは覚えておいて。すべては自己責任よ。
It's easy to suggest things, but actually carrying things out. I don't want to do that.
これだけ好き放題言ってる私はかなり無責任だけど。
Like she's probably gonna fall asleep soon.
問題ない。実にマッドサイエンティスト的な意見だった。
Like we also have to keep Kurisu from going crazy.
さっさと片をつけなさい。じゃあね。
Kurisu, no. I love you, but no. She hangs up without another word. Little disappointed there. Strangely, I find Kurisu's harsh tone encouraging.
お前は司令官かよ。
I manage to smirk as I close my phone. Moeka's still sitting on the floor. Moeka did the same to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. But she hasn't done that on this world line yet. We don't know she's different. Kill her or let her live. It's my choice, my responsibility. If we're thinking about this, I think we should lie and say that we're FB. Even after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I mustn't ever forget. That's what Kurisu meant when she spoke of responsibility. Murder is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. Can you understand that, Kiryu Moeka? I reach for Moeka's phone. This time, there's no hesitation. Moeka resists. I grab her slender hand and pin it to the window. The glass rattles from the force, but thankfully doesn't break. With my other hand, I pry the phone away from Moeka's chest. She drives her foot straight into my solar plexus. The breath explodes from my lungs. I gasp for air. In a fit of anger, I raise my hand to strike. But at the last moment, I hesitate. Damn, what happened to killing her if I have to? Let's not do that. I know we're past the point of playing nice, but I've never hit a girl in my life. I don't consider myself a model gentleman or anything, but the idea that men aren't supposed to hit women is such a strong part of my common sense that it stayed my hand almost like instinct. That's a good thing, though women shouldn't hit men either. And that's better? No, it's not. Oh my gosh. When she tries to kick me again, I pin her legs under my own. She struggles for breath. Oh my goodness. Did I hit another bad end? I can finally see my reflection in her tear-reddened eyes.
やっと俺を見たな。
I'm horrified. Moeka is under control, but now I don't have a free hand to take her phone. If I loosen my grip on her throat even slightly, it'll turn into a struggle again. Moeka is hiding her phone behind her back now. I need that phone. Should I let go of her hand or her neck?
携帯をよこせ。
Moeka weakly shakes her head.
出ないと殺せ。
I wonder if I even can. I can undo it with the time leap machine. It'll be the perfect crime. One that never happened. Don't do that. I feel like that's... No, just don't. No. But still, do I really have it in me to murder someone? I don't know. You don't have to try everything, Okabe.
渡さないと殺すぞ。
Moeka, just give up the phone, please, 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 please. No words leave Moeka's lips, just rough breathing. Stalemate. Neither of us shows the other any openings. We're practically motionless, but our breathing is ragged. It's taking all my strength just to pin her down. Our rough breathing echoes through the room. For a moment, it even seems to synchronize. This is getting me nowhere. I removed my hand from her neck and used my entire left arm to pin her against the wall in a guillotine choke. This is really... No, Okabe. She starts groaning in pain. We time leap to do this? My right hand has her left hand up against the glass. Now I pull her hand down and transfer it to the grip of my left hand. Now my right hand is free. I slide it behind her back and go searching for her phone. I have to lean in close to do this. I press my body up against hers. Pain explodes in my jaw. I lean back. Moeka is readying another headbutt. I put more strength into the guillotine choke to stop her. The phone. Please just give up the phone. Let's time leap and do this so we don't have to. Moeka's face twists in pain as she struggles to escape my grasp. My guillotine choke seems to be working. She doesn't have the strength to resist. If I push any harder, she really might die. Oh, come in now. Moeka writhes in pain. Tears fall from her eyes and drool from her mouth. As her resistance weakens, my right hand finds Moeka's phone. She still has it in a tight grip, but I manage to tear it away. This is horrifying. I quickly release Moeka and step away. She bends over and coughs violently, but she still reaches out to me with tears in her eyes. She wants her phone back. I don't care. I look at the screen. It shows an email draft with a string of FBs entered. I clear the text and start typing a new mail. Her phone's different than mine, so I don't quite know how to use it. Let's see. Take the phone and run. Startled, I look up to see Moeka staggering to her feet. She's like a goddamn zombie. I quickly run outside and close the door behind me. Then I lean my entire body weight on it so she can't open it from the inside. The doorknob rattles as she tries to open the door. Then she starts pounding on the inside. It's a good thing doors in Japan open out. You wouldn't see this in a Hollywood movie. Anyway, I have her phone. Now I just need to pretend to be Moeka, then send the cancellation email. Moeka's change to the past will be cancelled. Worldline will change. The IBN 5100 will come back to me. And then we'll hack into CERN, mission complete. Fate won't have my ID this time. Victory will be mine.
はい、ナツ
D メールの設定を頼む。
変な音が聞こえるけど。
少しばかり修羅場中でな。
殺さなかった。Good job.
I tell her Moeka's address.
入力完了。
参りは
まだいる。ブラウン管工房で店長さんと話してる。42型ブラウン管をつけさせておくためにね。
話してないだろうな。
あの子が死ぬこと言えるわけない。
だったらいい。まだ切るなよ。
I put my phone down and resume typing into Moeka's phone. A middle-aged lady comes out of the apartment next door. Our eyes meet, so I put on a forced smile. The lady grins mockingly before going back inside. I wonder what she's thinking. Maybe she thought it was a lover's quarrel. In the mail, I write, model change, do it now. B4 sold out. Moeka's D-mail said, don't change models. The desire for limited edition, hard-to-find products is hard-coded into Japanese DNA. Appealing to that instinct should work. The insistent pounding on the door grows louder. And now I hear groaning from the other side. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is her phone really that important to her? But I've already won. Let's do that, think about this later. All I have to do is send the email. I'll never forgive you, Moeka, but at least our relationship ends here. Let this be the last time we meet. I raise the phone to eye level. I take a deep breath. It ends now. So, press send. No vertigo, no dizziness, nothing. Reading Steiner didn't activate.
なんでだよ。
Why didn't the world line change? Did the phone wave fail to function? I bring my own phone back to my ear. Chris is still on the line.
どうだ。
送ったの？
送った。ちゃんと動作したのか。
こっちはちゃんと放電現象を確認した。
What?
正常に動作したんだな。
間違いなくね。
世界線が変わらない。
失敗した。原因は？
Consider the possibilities.
メールの文面では機種変をやめようとする萌えかを説得できなかったか。
送り先の日付を間違えた可能性は？
7月31日。それは間違いない。
ギリュウって人が最初に送った D メールの着信時間を調べるべき。それより先か後かで受け取った側の印象はだいぶ変わる。
めんどくさいな。
Pounding on the door has ceased. Did she finally give up? No, she wouldn't give up. Does she plan to climb out the window and loop around? But we're on the second floor. That would be quite a feat. I should still have some time left.
何パターンかいろんな文章を送ってみて。それで効果が出ないようならこっちでタイマーを微調整する。
How about FB says, change phones.
助かる。そっちの様子はミスター・ブラウンが乗り込んできてないか。
今下から怒鳴り声が聞こえてる。きっと橋田と真由里が必死でなだめてるはずだけど、いつまで持つか。あまり余裕はないと思って。
I put my phone into my pocket without hanging up. I change the message and send another email. But still, nothing happens. I make another one. Send. No good. Why? What am I doing wrong? I'd like to ask Moeka, but if I go back inside now, she'll probably just attack me. Yeah, she would. Which reminds me, she's been awful quiet. What is she doing now? I think maybe you should run. Maybe she really did go out the window. I look around, I don't see her anywhere. Think, why didn't the demo work? I wipe the sweat from my brow. My entire body is soaked. It must be the adrenaline. What if Moeka changed addresses when she got a new phone? I take out my phone.
聞こえるか？
まだ問題が？
2回送り直したが効果なしだ。
Oh dear. I frantically consider my options as I stare hard at Moeka's phone. The walkway is dim, but Moeka's gaudy purple phone shines in the faint light. Wait. I take another good look at the phone. There's something wrong here. What is it?
岡部？どうしたの？
Gaudy purple. Latest model. Removable LCD screen. Model number GG01. My eyes tell me there's nothing wrong. I saw this phone when Moeka sent her D-mail, and many times. She was never without it. Does she have two phones? It's the same. Nothing has changed.
何も変わっていないだと。
何の話？
Why hasn't it changed? Why is it the same before Moeka sent her D-mail? Moeka's D-mail said, don't change models. She should have had a different phone when she sent it. But she didn't. It's the same phone I'm holding right now. There's only one explanation. She never changed models to begin with.
あの女、まさか。
She lied to me. Moeka's demo wasn't about her phone. That explains how it affected the IBM 5100. It also explains why my cancellation emails aren't working.
ふざけた真似を。
Did she change the message when she wrote it? The door violently shakes behind my back. It's much stronger than before. She must be ramming something hard and heavy against the door. I quickly move away from the door. The door shakes again. I can see the frame starting to warp.
異常だろ。
I suppose I should be thankful she doesn't have a gun, but honestly, this is terrifying enough. I should run. It chills my blood to think of what her face must look like now. I've never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. But unfortunately, I can't run away. I need to face Moeka and wring the information out of her. No. Both Beidesu and Lukako remembered their emails. With prodding, Moeka will remember too. I need that information. Crap. I don't want to go in there. My teeth are chattering. This is pathetic. I thought I'd won when I snatched her phone. But now my advantage is gone.
Okabe? Okabe! 返事しろ！
クリスティーナ。
音、すごいけど、大丈夫なの？
No.
どうやら萌香の送った D メールは機種変更に関することじゃなかったらしい。
どういうことよ？
Can we check her old messages?
おそらくあの女は送る直前で内容を差し替えたんだ。俺が何をやっても世界線が変わらないのはそのせいだ。
着信履歴はそこに残ってるかもしれない。
着信履歴
Of course, even if it's not in her sent history, it should still be in the arrival history. I glare at the purple phone in my hand. It's a good thing Moeka didn't change phones. Now I know exactly where the D-mail went.
うっかりしていた。調べてみる。
For a second there, I thought it would be easy. I should have known better. Moeka is not a casual phone user. Her mailbox is loaded with hundreds of entries over the last week, almost all from FB. Some of my mails are sprinkled in. I don't have time to search through each of these mails. even just the subject lines. Not to mention the pounding on the door is freaking me out.
クリスティーナ、少し手こずりそうだ。もし俺が失敗したら、あとは頼む。
バカも休み休み言いなさい。状況によっては逃げることも大事。
I hang up. The lady next door comes out again, alarmed by the escalating noise. She glares at me. When she sees the magnitude of the door's damage, the lady opens her eyes in shock and runs back inside. I'm not leaning against the door anymore. Moeka could just open it, but she hasn't realized that. She's so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy even her own door. He should run. In any case, I don't have time to check her mail history. I put the phones into my pockets and move to the side of the door. I carefully grip the doorknob and wait for the interval between bangs. Now. I yank the door open. A coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing. Her screech raises hairs all over my body. She's standing in the entrance like a revenant at the gates of hell. I step back. My knees tremble. But then, I remember what I'm here to do. I gather my resolve, enter the room, and close the door behind me. Or at least I try. The door is bent and won't fully close. I give up on locking it. I wonder... Moeka glares at me, shaking with fury. First, I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command, who would break her own door down just to retrieve her phone. It's too dangerous to let her be. I'm stronger, I just need to get her on the ground. There's no time, it's now or never. Crushing my fear, I charge Moeka at full speed. Our bodies collide. Moeka tries to twist away, but I grab her clothes and use my momentum to push her to the floor. The back of her head hits the floor. Resistance weakens. She doesn't know how to break a fall. Some secret agent. I quickly straddle her waist. Now she's mine. I don't like how this... Moeka flails her arms and legs wildly. I should have known she wouldn't give up. Can we exchange the phone for information? Instead of fighting. Her fist strikes my jaw. Fortunately, Moeka is weak. The blow does little damage. I still need to stop her from struggling. First, her hands. I start with her left. I grab her wrist and pin it to the floor. A fist flies towards my face. It pops against my left eye, blanking my vision for a second. She seems to stop struggling for a moment. Her hands claw weakly at the air. But turns out she was reaching for my hair. She grabs it hard. I feel several strands tear free of my scalp. I get a grip on Moeka's face and press her head against the floor. She tries to bite my fingers, so I pulled my hand back. I grab the hand that's grabbing my hair and dig my nails into her wrist. But she still doesn't let go of my hair. All the while, her feet are pounding against my back. She's also trying to free her left hand. I can't take much more of this. I instinctively headbutt Moeka with all my strength. The sickening sound of bone against bone echoes inside my head. I'm just saying, I feel like the neighbors should call the police? I don't know. The impact makes me dizzy too, but I fight it. Moeka goes limp, and opening. Finally, I succeed at pinning down both her hands. this. I don't like this. Her glasses fell off at some point during the struggle. Her red, swollen eyes give her an even more demented look. There's an angry bump on her forehead where I headbutted her. Couldn't we have looked for her son history instead of doing all this? She spits at me. The lukewarm saliva hits my face. I want to wipe it off, but my hands are full. Moeka glares at me. There are tears in her eyes, perhaps from the pain. Moeka breaks eye contact when I mention it. She stares at my pocket. She must have caught a glimpse of purple. I smile scornfully.
お前を携帯へ逃がすつもりはない。そんな権利をお前には与えない。
返してよ。
力ずくで奪い返してみろ。
How about you ask for information swap? What did you send us a D-mail? And we'll give you your phone back. Moeka tries to free her hands. I lean in harder to keep them pinned. My strength and position are superior, so Moeka accomplishes nothing.
このまま何時間でも付き合ってやる。どっちが先に体力が尽きると思う？
Moeka, without a doubt. I don't do sports or anything, so I'm not that strong. But I'm on top. I don't need to expend much energy to keep her pinned. She can scream and spit all she likes. Nothing will make me give up this position.
お前が携帯依存だろうが FB から見捨てられようが知ったことじゃない。
Moeka shakes her head violently. She's just wasting her energy. I maintain position and stare down at Moeka.
この世界線ではお前が直接手をかけるわけじゃないし、これまでお前がマユリに対してやったことはすでになかったことになっている。だがそんなの俺からしてみれば知ったことじゃないんだ。なかったことを俺は全部覚えている。
But Moeka didn't kill her on this timeline. It's like Suzuha being upset at Kurisu for being the mother of time travel, even though she didn't want to work with CERN and she didn't do anything yet. You know?
だからお前への憎しみは消えてないんだ。お前がマユリを殺した事実は俺の中に刻まれてるんだよ。
But he has seen this so many times, so I understand he's upset, but don't lower yourself to this level.
今日はお前を逃がさないからな。きっちり向き合ってやる。
Until now, I've always run away from facing Moeka. But I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her D-mail said.
腹を割って話そうじゃないか。
Moeka is still struggling. Moeka is not okay.
携帯などなくてもちゃんと話せるではないか。え？
くたばれクズがお前の雑誌をズタズタになるまで包丁で切り刻んでやる。
Oh my gosh.
切り刻むのはマッドサイエンティストのお箱だ。
I will say Moeka's voice actor is doing a tremendous job here. I feel so uncomfortable.
死ね死んでよ。
This woman's out of control. Does she want another headbutt that badly? A knock sounds from the door. Moeka and I both look at the door in surprise. You've both been screaming and trying to mow down the door with goodness knows what, and you're both screaming on the top of your lungs and fighting. Are we really that surprised? You two have been fighting and screaming and running things into the door.
ねえ、隣の西田だけど大丈夫？警察呼んだ方がいいかしら？必要ないならせめてもっと静かにしてくんない？このアパート声が響くのよ。
Damn, I didn't think about that. I can't have her calling the police. Moeka suddenly screams. My ears. What now? I need to silence Moeka somehow. But I can't use either hand. There's only one way. I suddenly press my lips against Moeka's. My loveless kiss shuts her up quite effectively. I lock eyes with her as well, trading glares in silence.
まったく最近の若い子は
I will say that's a terrible neighbor she should have called a long time ago. I finally hear the neighbor's footsteps recede. How did she leave? Nishida, what are you doing? What a relief. What a bad neighbor. Did she bite? I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. Blood drips from my mouth and lands on Moeka's neck. She bit me. When I feel around my lip with the tip of my tongue, the taste of blood spreads out from the laceration. Moeka breathes wildly as she glares at me with tearful eyes.
初々しい女ぶっているんじゃない。俺より年上のくせに。
Honestly, can't blame her for biting her. I am so uncomfortable. She grimaces and looks away. Moeka turns her face away and looks up through the open curtains at the bright full moon outside the window. How much time has passed? It feels like it's already been dozens of hours. But it's still night outside, so it probably hasn't been more than 1 or 2. Moeka still hasn't said a word since I kissed her. She hasn't tried to escape either. Her expression is blank. She's just staring off to the side. What is she looking at? I follow her gaze, but the only thing there is a half-empty bottle of water. Has she given up? Either way, I can't let my guard down. Moeka's dependent on her phone. That's her weak point. If I keep her separated from her phone, then sooner or later, her will to resist should collapse. It's a matter of whose strength will fail first. Suddenly, Moeka calls my name.
どうしたら返してくれる？
Now she's trying to ask nicely. Does this mean she's given up? I wouldn't let your guard down, but we could try asking what D-mail? This is what I was waiting for. Now I have to move in for the kill.
お前は D メールを送ったことを覚えているか？
D 何？
D メール、過去へ送ることのできるメール。お前はそれを送った。お前自身の携帯へな。機種変更に関する内容だと思っていたが、それは嘘だった。お前は俺たちの目をごまかしてこっそりメールの内容を入れ替えたんだ。
Her typing speed is lightning fast. It would have been easy for her to type a mere 36 characters while Daru and I were preoccupied with the phone wave named subject to change.
その結果、世界線が変わった。お前は覚えていないか？
Normally, once the past changes, everything until that point is undone. But it should be possible to make Moeka remember, just as Feiresu and Lukako did.
知らない。
知らないんじゃない。思い出していないだけなんだ。思い出せ。お前は思い出さなければならない。
Or else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moeka. I have another plan to make her remember. Maybe we could say this is the reason why FB is not contacting her, and we have to undo it? Maybe? Moeka turns away and bites her lip. Tears start falling from her eyes. I watch, never once taking my eyes off of her.
本当に知らないの。思い出せるならそうするけど、わからないわ。一体何のことなのか。
Moeka's gaze shifts constantly, from me to the ceiling and then to the window. But her slow murmuring is evidence that she's almost beat. Just a little more and her resistance will end.
だったら質問を変える。2週間ほど前、お前は奇妙なメールを受け取ったはずだ。差出人はお前自身の携帯。しかもそのメールは数日後の未来から送信されていた。
Moeka's eyes open wide. Gotcha.
覚えがあるな。それがお前が送った D メールだ。内容を教えろ。
教えたら
携帯は返す。
クソ。
She suddenly curses at me.
内容は言えない。
なぜだ。
ラウンダーに関係する。
It's almost like she's in a cult. You know? Like this cult mentality, and FB's like the leader of the Rounders. Her mission? I recall what Moeka told me in a previous world line. The Rounders' mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. In that case,
IBN 5100。
she fell into my trap. Her reflexive response was all I needed to see.
それに関することだな。
Probably was about the IBN 5100 is at Yanabayashi Shrine.
どこまで知っている？メールの内容。
質問をするのは俺だけだ。いいから答えろ。
言えない。FB を裏切ることに。
携帯よりも FB を選ぶのか。大した忠誠心だな。
But Mayuri's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. Moeka still hasn't calmed down. She's been opening and closing her hands for a while now. She's not trying to escape my restraint. She's just twisting her body, licking her lips, shaking her head, trying to brush the hair off her face. It's like she's suffering from withdrawal without her phone. Soon she won't have the mental fortitude to resist. If she won't talk now, then I'll just have to wait until she will.
携帯がないとそんなに苦痛か。なぜそこまで依存する？
会話まともにできなくて。
今はしているではないか。
And when she attacked the lab, she was leading a squad of hardened killers. But Moeka shakes her head violently.
寝るまでできなくなったら私は
She's gonna say all alone?
世界から断絶してしまう。
世界だと？孤独な女を気取っているつもりか。お前が恐れているのはラウンダーから見捨てられることだろう。
違う、ラウンダーじゃなくて FB から見捨てられること。
I don't know, FB seems like a cult leader. That's the same thing, isn't it?
だったら世界などと言うな。何の罪もない女の子を容赦なく殺した分際でマユリを世界から断絶させた分際で。
She hasn't done that on this timeline, you know?
殺してない。
そう、この世界線ではな。だが別の世界線においては、お前はラウンダーとして俺たちのタイムマシンを奪おうとした。その時に殺したマユリを。
On the world line where I interrogated Moeka, she told me that Mighty was expendable. It didn't matter to discern whether she lived or died.
FB の指示なら殺したと思う。
FB とは何者だ？一体どこにいる？
I asked her the same question back then, but another rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me that she won't have backup this time. Moeka's position in the rounder has changed.
言えない。
ならばいいことを教えてやる。いいか。お前は今俺に捕まっている状況だが、助けを期待しているのなら無駄だ。どうせ誰も助けに来ない。お前は絶望に打ちひしがれたまま4日後に自殺する。
Moeka seems startled by this. I go in for the kill.
俺は5日後から来た。セルンが欲しがるタイムマシンを使ってな。だから知っている。お前はこの部屋で一人孤独に自分を殺すんだ。お前の大好きな FB はお前を助けない。ラウンダーもセルンも300人委員会もだ。どれだけメールしても上司からの連絡はないんだろう。それはなぜだ？もう見捨てられているんだよ。
Moeka's face contorts in despair. Once again, tears fall from her eyes. Guilt squeezes my heart. I know I'm causing this woman pain. I mean, I think you already did a lot before you said that, so... I prefer talking than, you know, attacking people. Inside of me, a voice whispered that it's nothing compared to what she did to Mairi, that I have no reason to show mercy to a murderer. But at the same time, my conscience screams that it's wrong to hurt someone, no matter who they are or what they've done. And especially the fact that she hasn't done anything yet. Insane mad scientist my ass. I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. I'm nothing but a hypocrite.
FB をかばう必要はない。だから全て話せ。
I ignore the ache in my heart and push harder. But Moeka shakes her head violently.
FB は裏切らない。私を見捨てない。
だったらなぜお前は4日後に自殺すると思う？
お前が私を殺すのよ。自殺に見せかけて。
俺はそんなヘマはしない。俺ならお前を殺した後でタイムリープする。お前の死。
私は
FB から返事が来ないと言ってこの部屋で死んだような顔をしていたのはどこのドイツだ？もう何日来ていない。FB からの連絡は普段はどのくらいの頻度で来ていて、いつから来なくなった？
I keep the questions coming. Need to pile on the pressure.
普段毎日連絡を。でももう10日近く。
10日も連絡が来ていない。そうだな。
Moeka looks up to me with pleading eyes.
私裏切れないよ。
お前は裏切られたんだよ。
FB を信じてる。
お前は切り捨てられた。利用されるだけされてな。もう用済みということだ。
FB はそんな人じゃ。
だったらどんな人なんだ？
お母さんみたいに私に優しくて。
Wait, FB's a lady?
私はやっと心地いい居場所を。
Like a mother? FB is a woman. I expected an evil-looking old man like you see in the movies, but I guess I was wrong.
悩みを相談したり、いつもすぐに返事くれた。友達みたいで、でも包み込む優しさがあって。
会ったことは？
Moeka shakes her head weakly.
会ったことがない。お母さんみたいで友達みたいでお前にとって心地いい居場所だったのに。
Damn, if they had met, I could have gotten Moeka to lead me to her.
ラウンダーは互いの正体隠すのがルールで。
連絡は取り合っていたのに一度も会ったことはない。確かに会うのはルール違反かもな。だがお前は FB が好きで会ってみたかった。
違うよ。会ったら幻滅される。だから会いたいなんて思わない。
Is this why Moeka was so obsessed with her phone?
会いたいと言われたことは？
一度もないし、言ったこともない。
FB was taking advantage of her.
その様子だと電話もしたことがないな。
Moeka turns away. Then she nods faintly.
避けられているとは思わなかったのか。そこまで親身になってくれた優しい女上司がお前に会おうとしない理由は本当にルールだけか。そしてなぜ連絡をよこさない？理由を考えてみろ。振り込め詐欺と同じだ。お前は騙されていたんだ。
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
エフビを悪く言わないで。そんな人じゃない。
連絡が途絶える前、最後のメールはどんな内容だった？
IBN5100 を指定場所に置いておけって。
The IBN 5100. Moeka, you fool. You let your tongue slip. 2 weeks ago, FB told her to leave the IBN 5100 at a drop point. That means she already had it in her possession at that time. I recall how Moeka kept bombarding me with questions about the IBN 5100. I might have let it slip that I found the computer at the Yanabayashi Shrine. I remember that happening. After that, she sent her email. The world line changed. The lock was broken on the shrine's storehouse door. The IBN 5100 was gone. These facts point to one conclusion. She sent herself the location of the IBN 5100. Now that I know, it seems so obvious. If only I hadn't trusted Moeka, if only I had seen through her lies. But no, I played right into her hands. I was the tool's tool. I almost burst into self-deriding laughter, but I desperately hold it back and keep a straight face.
その場所はどこだ？
コインロッカー、大ビル前の。
The coin locker in front of Daibiru. Wait, isn't that where Lukako hid the IBN 5100 on the previous world line? Is this another effect of convergence? Can I retrieve the IBN 5100 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. Remember what happened with Lukako. The invisible force of convergence is keeping the IBN 5100 away from me. If I want to get it back, I need to cancel Moeka's email. I know the message. I've already reached my goal. Moeka starts crying softly. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Moeka's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. I take Moeka's phone out of my pocket. What is this? Right, Kurisu says, contacted me, idiot. Is everything alright? What happened with that Kiryu lady? At least let me know if you're still alive. Don't say anything stupid like, you're dead, okay? Please just reply. Even an email will do. I'm so worried I can't even eat. Oh. Oh. To go see her father. Moeka slowly gets up. She wipes her tears and fixes her hair and clothes. Her wavy hair obscures her face from this angle, so I can't make out her expression. She doesn't react to what I said. Even though I'm no longer restraining her, she doesn't try to attack me and take back her phone. I'd still be worried. I open Moeka's mailbox and search for the email. It takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. 3 emails from Moeka's own phone, each 12 characters long, sent on August 4th and received on July 31st. Fracho PCs at Yanabayashi Shrine. Just as I suspected, Moeka changed her email in the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need to do now is send the cancellation mail.
Ima, ラボにいるか？
心配させんな、バカ。
心配してくれていたのか？
どう見ても死亡フラグ立ってたから、無事なのが驚きよ。
今どこにいる？
ちゃんとラボで待機中。
もう一度 D メールを送る。
タイマー設定は
31日の11時頃に着くように設定を。
31日の11時ということは。
While Kurisu calculates the hours, I type the mail. It says, "Do not go. Not at shrine. It's a trap." I addressed the mail to the phone wave and sent it to change.
準備 OK。
よし、起動してくれ。
Fingers crossed.
起動した。
I press the send button. The mail starts sending. I'm still scared. Reading Steiner should activate this time for sure. I brace myself for the incoming vertigo. Oh dear.
なぜ変わらない？
また間違い？
いや、そんなはずはない。萌香の D メールの内容も確認済みだ。それを否定するメールを送った。
Why isn't it working? What the hell's wrong this time?
最初の D メールの内容は
柳林神社に IBN5100 があると知らせるものだ。今のメールでそれは罠だと否定したんだが、もう一度別の文面で再送を。
Maybe something about FB, like FB says they have the IBN 5100. Ignore.
待った。 D メールの面倒な部分についてはロト6の実験で検証済みでしょ。
The Lotto 6 experiment. I set myself the winning numbers, but the past me didn't buy the ticket. Instead, he gave the winning numbers to Lukoko.
D メールを読んだ人間がその通りに行動するかどうかは個人の資質に影響される。桐生って人は神社に IBN5100 があると知らされた。直後にそれを否定するメールが来ても構わず神社へ行ったという推測が導ける。
否定するメールを信じなかったか、あるいはクソ真面目に否定されても念のために調べてみたかということか。
I glance at Moeka. She's still hanging her head, but her tears have run dry. I wonder if she's listening. She probably is.
厄介ね。神社に調べに行くことにリスクが発生すると伝えても聞いてくれなかったっていうことだ。
より強制力の強い文面にするしかない。神社に行くのを禁止させるぐらいの。
どうやって？
That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? Something about FB, please? Or should we consider other possibilities?
例えば7月30日のお礼と D メールを送り、先に IBN5100 を回収させるという方法は？
その日のあんたは IBN5100 に興味があったのか？
When did I start caring about the IBN 5100? I can't remember. Fine, let's out. So how do I convince Moeka to listen? At that moment, an electric shock runs through my brain. 2 initials.
FB だ。萌香の上司、依存の対象。FB からのメールなら無条件で信じるはず。
その FB とかいう人の携帯持ってるの？
いいや、会ったことさえない。どこにいるかもわからない。
話にならない。
少し時間をくれ。
また待たせるのか？私はずっとラボに泊まり込んでるからいいけど。
I mean, more worrisome is that Moeka is right there.
あんまり無茶しないでね。
So even after prying answers out of Moeka, there's still more work to be done. Fate really does seem to love getting in my way. Alright, to break out of this world line, I need FB's identity and location. I call Moeka's name. When she finally looks up, I drop her phone onto her lap. She accepts it with a confused expression.
FB を探すことになった。
Moeka grips her phone, but she doesn't look at the screen. I sigh deeply. I need to get as much information on FB out of her as I can.
お前はどういう経緯でラウンダーに？
Honestly, I couldn't care less. I hate having to stand here and talk with the woman who killed Mayuri. Hugging her phone to her chest, Moeka retrieves her glasses and puts them back on.
4年前死のうとしてた。
Her voice is a barely audible whisper. For a moment, I'm surprised she's not talking by mail.
何の希望も持てなくて、何もかもが嫌になって。
原因は？
特にこれっていうのは。
Her expression is blank, lifeless, like always. But behind her glasses, her eyes are red from crying. They are the only trace of emotion on her doll-like face.
でも小さなことがたくさん積み重なって、もともとこんな性格だし。
家族は？
Moeka shakes her head a little. She has none, I guess. I don't bother asking whether she ever had parents. It doesn't really matter.
自分の部屋で睡眠薬大量に飲んで、でも死ぬのを失敗して、そこにメールが「ラウンダー募集」って個人宛てじゃなくて一斉送信の。
Isn't that spam? Do the Rounders really recruit like that?
私はどうでもよくなってた。だから気づいたら返信してた。
Don't respond to suspicious mail you receive. It's usually spam, some kind of trick to take advantage of you. Or, I don't know, Rounder sounds like a cult to me.
そしたら連絡が来たの。それからずっと FB の指示に従ってた。
ずっとこの秋葉に？
Moeka shakes her head.
3ヶ月前まで名古屋、その前は横浜、その前は。
The Rounders' chief duty is to acquire IBM 5100s. I guess I had her traveling all over Japan digging up info on retro PCs.
これまでに IBN5100 をいくつ見つけた？
一台も。
No results. It sounds like CERN is spending a lot of effort for not much return. I sigh deeply once again.
お前はこの後どうするつもりだ？ただ絶望に打ちひしがれて予定通り自殺するか？抗おうとは思わないのか？
抗う。
Even as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This world line has already approved of her death. She's in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. Is that really true though? I know that, and yet I ask the question.
FB は お前を利用し見捨てた。それを認めろ。その上で FB に対してどうしたいと考えているんだ。
Moeka looks down.
利用されていたとしても、私の居場所そこしかなかったから。
But no, they're taking advantage of you. There are other places as long as you don't go commit crimes or hurt people. Moeka, you can find a place where you belong. You just need to not do these crazy things and maybe go to therapy.
初めてだった。生きてきた中で自分が必要とされたこと。FB が居場所を与えてくれたの。その居場所を守るためなら生きがいを与えてくれた。なんだってする。
お前は救いようのないバカだ。
I stand up.
だったら依存したまま死んでいけ。お前の死は確定している。だが俺は世界の思い通りになっていいとは思わない。だから徹底的に抗う。
No matter what, I will save my ID. Just a little bit more. I can't give up now. It's midnight and Akiba is practically empty. The silence is eerie. There's no sign of anyone near the coin locker. Considering the IBN 5100 size, it couldn't fit in the regular sized lockers. She must have put it on one of the 3 large lockers on the right.
使用中。
The bottom locker is still in use. Is the IBN 5100 inside? My heart starts pounding in my chest. I feel my face grow hot with excitement. We've been apart for far too long, my partner, but now only a thin locker door separates us. We don't know for sure though. Is this what love feels like?
自重しよう。
I force myself to consider the situation calmly. Is the IBN 5100 really inside? I want to check right this instant. I can't believe I forgot to ask Moeka which locker she used. Should I get a crowbar or something to pry the locker open? If the IBN 5100 really is inside, and I will steal it, what will happen to the world line? I've yet to cancel all the D-mills, which I thought was the only way to restore the original world line. But now the IBN 5100 is so close, why can't I just reach out and take it? I know how to cancel Moeka's D-mill, so I can always do that if it... I know how to cancel Moeka's D-mill, so I can always do that if this doesn't work. Let's try it, just to make sure. Ignoring the complaints of the lab mems, who stayed awake in the lab all night, I retrieve a makeshift crowbar from the development room. Then, I return to the lockers and thrust the pointed tip of the crowbar into the crack of the door. Just as I begin to pry, a shrill siren shatters the night. I look up to see the red lights of a patrol car coming this way. Their timing couldn't be worse. The police release me after about 30 minutes of scolding. I return to the coin locker and try to pry it open again. Immediately, another patrol car appears. This time, they take me to the police station. I'm stuck in an interrogation room all night, getting preached to by policemen. I conclude that this is another effect of the tractor field convergence. No matter what I do, I cannot obtain an IBN 5100 on this world line. This is what fate has decreed. I get the police to call my father, and they finally release me. They didn't go so far to arrest me, but the policemen, as well as my father, scolded me harshly. I act apologetic, but in actuality, their words fall on deaf ears. After my father goes home, I head straight to Moeka's apartment. I tried calling her. I took the opportunity to memorize her phone number yesterday, but she wouldn't pick up at all. I can't blame her though. Before I get there, I send a mail to Dada asking him to check if the coin locker is still occupied. The door to Moeka's apartment is unlocked. I find Moeka hugging her knees in the corner, just like she was when I first found her.
IBN5100 を入れたのは右下のコインロッカーで合っているか？
なぜ？
IBN5100 が入る大きさのロッカーはあそこには3つしかなかった。そのうち一番下のみが使用中。
Checked. The big locker on the lower right is still in use. What's this about anyway? Don't make me your errand boy so early in the morning, fool.
もしお前が一番下に入れたというなら FB はまだ IBN5100 を回収していないことになる。
But how long has it been there?
この意味がわかるか？
Moeka frowns.
あそこに貼っていれば FB が回収しに来た時に会えるということだ。その発想はなかったか？ラウンダーのくせに冷静さが欠けているぞ、お前。俺は張り込んでみようと思う。お前は？
会ってどうするの？
FB に携帯を借りる。
That's the best way to prevent Moeka from going to Yanabayashi Shrine.
会えない。会う勇気ない。幻滅。
お前はとっくに幻滅されているか？最初から期待すらされていなかった。
Moeka's face contorts again. I'm being blunt. Not only because Moeka is Mayuri's murderer, but also because Moeka's weakness is starting to get on my nerves. Just like Daughter's mail said, the locker is still occupied when I get there. I look around to make sure there are no patrol cars. No crowbars this time. I don't feel like getting arrested. I head across the street to Daibiru, hide behind one of its humongous pillars, and then begin the stakeout. My legs are getting tired. I was going to borrow Mighty's portable game console, but I decided I didn't need the distraction. Still, it's pretty tough to keep standing like this. I also need to stay inconspicuous. Oh. Beauty's being worried about Okabe. Someone might notice if they see me standing in the same place for hours. I wouldn't want a security guard to give me trouble. I mean, I guess there's not much to worry about. I've already been there for 7 hours without incident. My legs are numb, so I squat and lean against the pillar. So hungry. I'd love to go and get some food, but I can't take my eyes off the locker. Just then, somebody taps me on the shoulder. FB? I try to leap to my feet, but my legs get tangled and I fall over. Moeka is standing there, looking down at me with those glassy eyes.
お前、なんでここに？
私も張り込みを。ダメかな。
なぜ心変わりした？
I stand up and dust off my clothes.
お前は FB とのメールだけの関係に居心地の良さを感じていた。その適度な距離感に依存していたはず。なのになぜ今さら一歩を踏み出そうと思った？
このままじゃ。
Moeka puts her head on her knees. She looks ready to cry. I've seen that expression once before in her moonlit apartment.
FB からの連絡がなくなったら私世界とのつながりが
断絶されるか。
Moeka nods faintly.
孤独に耐えられないくらい弱いのに FB の命令さえあれば容赦なく人も殺せるとはな。典型的な狂信者だよお前は。
And her cult leader, FB, abused her weakness before throwing her out like old clothes. That's what I was saying. It pisses me off. FB's cruelty, Moeka's weakness. I can't decide which I hate more. I mean, I hate a cult leader a lot. But, you know, that doesn't give me an excuse to do bad things. But this Moeka hasn't done that yet. Then Moeka nervously brings out a convenience store bag.
なんだこれは。
Instead of answering, Moeka looks away. I look inside.
おお、パックの牛乳とアンパン。
Exactly what you need on a stakeout. There's enough for two. I'm really confused. Okabe and Moeka were like fighting it out tooth and nail, and it got really terrible. And you're buying him food? Moeka, this is not healthy behavior. It's beneficial for us, but this is not good for you, girl.
もしかして差し入れか。
Moeka nods.
よし、許可する。お前も張り込みを手伝え。
Now we can take turns watching, and we'll also look less suspicious to passersby.